What is up, YouTube? What's going on? Welcome back to Max Tac Motorsports. Today we are you can see it, baby, we're back in the GTI. We're going to continue on with our whole rebuilding of the front suspension. So last time when I left you, we just took out the subframe. Subframe came out, we took the bushings out, and we took the subframe, the sway bar, as well as the front brake carriers, I think they're called. We took those to get powder coated. And I'm very happy to say that we finally have them back. So what we're going to do now is I'm just going to show you guys the new powder coating job done by Rice Rocket Powder Coating. They are in North York, just outside Toronto. But I will show you guys that stuff. And then, then we're going to begin the journey of putting everything back together. I'm probably going to have to watch some of my videos just to see how I took everything off, just because it's been a week or so. But yeah, so let's take a look at the stuff that got done, and we can get started here. Okay guys, hopefully you guys can hear me. Got some people in the area working, but bro, look at the subframe, sway bar, the brake carriers. Oh my gosh guys, like this looks so good. I'm so happy about this for sure. Right here we got our 34 Motorsports solid bushings, which are going into the subframe, as you guys can see. But again, yeah, Rice Rocket powder coating. They are in North York. I'm actually, oh my god, I'm astounded of the job they did with this. It looks so good. A lot of people are gonna ask why I went with the red color. Realistically, I like to have a brighter color for kind of everything that's underneath the engine. That way, if any oil was to leak from wherever, it could be in this case in the MK4, it could be maybe the turbo drain pipe, it could be something from the steering rack area, it could be anything really. When I have a brighter color that's not black, I have a better chance of finding it where at least it's coming from or where it's dropping from. So that's why I went with the brighter color, and like you can't go wrong with that color. It looks so good. We got the sway bar. That is a stock sway bar, so that's not an iBox sway bar. That's a stock sway bar, baby. And then you can see the carriers. There we go. Put it in the shade a bit just so you guys can see. It's really bright out. But oh my gosh guys, look how good that looks. Again, Rice Rocket powder coating, just outside Toronto. You guys can see the rims are here too. So they did some accent colors on my wheels. I'm not going to be showing those until I have the tires mounted. Unless you guys go on my Instagram at Max Tac Motorsports, there'll be like a little picture of it, I guess, but I'm not going to be showing them on film until we do the whole tire setup. But yeah, we're going to start putting this stuff back together. So I think I got everything that I need for roughly today. We'll see how it goes. I went to Das Parts and picked up some brand new bolts, some new hardware, which should make things a lot easier. I'm just going to have to make sure that I put anti-seize on whatever needs to be anti-seized, make sure I check out all the torque specs, have everything ready to go. But that's the plan for today, is to get this thing back in. You can see our braided lines from Stop Tech. Gonna try to get the brakes on. We're gonna try to put the coilovers on, swap the springs out. We'll see how long the video is gonna be. I'm gonna try to maybe do it in 1 or 2 parts, so see how it goes. But yeah guys, man, so stoked for this right here. It's such a nice day too. But yeah, so let's go underneath the car. So again, last time I left you guys, we got our rope still hanging here. Everything looks so dirty now, so I'm excited that the subframe's gonna cover a lot of it. But you can see like this power steering, like that's like just surface rust and stuff. But like, for example, like if I can find some oil dripping on that subframe, then at least I have an idea where it's coming from. But yeah guys, so again, just gonna make sure that these inner tie rods are nice and tight. So what I'm gonna have to do is just remove those boots, and then I'm probably just gonna grab some hose clamps and then clamp that on. And then I'm gonna start with putting the subframe on. Obviously that'd probably be the best part, or the easiest part. And again guys, you're gonna want to just line everything up. I'll show you on top of the subframe, there's like these little humps like on top of it. That's where they line up in here. So that kind of helps you kind of show you where what side's the top and what side's the bottom as far as the subframe goes. So I'll get that on there, and then I'm going to try to loose fit everything the best I can, and then retorque everything from the subframe out. I'll probably do some research on it just to make sure that's the right way to do it. But man, I'm so happy we finally got all this stuff here. Hopefully by the end of this weekend I can have the front of the car done. So yeah, I'm gonna grab my tools, get all my brand new nuts and bolts here. Yeah, and then we'll get going here. It's gonna be a little tight. The subframe's not as heavy as I thought, but if you do have an extra person, or if you're struggling, you can definitely use a jack. But I think I'm gonna be able to do this by myself here. Yeah, we got brand new hardware. So these are from Das Parts. As always, the boys helping us out. So yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna loose fit everything up a little bit. That way everything's kind of suspended. And then yeah, I'll put a little bit of anti-seize on here, not too much. Try to get everything in there. And then yeah, make sure when I'm done, I'm gonna have to definitely 100% torque everything down to spec, which I'm kind of researching right now on the phone. But yeah, so I'm gonna try to get this thing up again, guys, so you can see these little grooves. That is for these little humps, so that should help you. So in order for that steering rack to line up perfectly, you should have those kind of in the little grooves there. And then you'll have to obviously put on these bolts. These are the 13 mil bolts. So I'm gonna start getting that going. Again, I'm just gonna quickly double check my tie rods here and we're good to go. So guys, as I'm doing this, I should mention this as well. Probably a good idea to put the sway bar on before you put this back on, just because the sway bar sits right there. So definitely, I hope you guys didn't put this on before I got to this part of the video. I'll probably put something in like subtitles or whatever. I'll do something to let you guys know. But yeah, definitely I would put the sway bar on first, just make it a lot easier. So I'm just gonna finish. You can see you got a gear clamp on there. Gonna put one over there, on there, that's already tight. And then I'm gonna go put my sway bar on. That would probably be a good idea. There we go, guys. So we're just getting the sway bar on. Got the brackets again, pretty easy. It's got a little clip. It goes in this little gap right there. See that little hole? It goes on like so. And then, yep, that's always good. And then make sure you guys tighten everything up and you guys can see the way that it kind of sits. But man, bro, look how bright that is. Woo, baby. And then we got fresh bushings again from Das Parts, as always. Okay, so just tighten up the sway bar here. Pretty basic. Nice and tight. Oh, look how ugly those bolts are. That's okay, guys. Huge pain in the ass to do with the new bushings, but I don't know if there's any sort of grease. I think you're supposed to put like a silicone kind of lube on it, but I've heard different stories, so honestly I didn't really worry about it that much. But yeah, make sure you guys do this before you put the subframe back up. Just makes it a hell of a lot easier, that's for sure. All right, so we're getting there for sure. Like I said, it's probably a lot easier to do with the jack. It's just really awkward, especially dealing with the tie rods, the shafts and whatnot. But anyways, at least I got it in the vicinity. So what I'm gonna do now, probably get the 4 bolts ready right there for the steering rack. Put a little bit of anti-seize on them. I'm also gonna grab the right there, should be able to reach them. Those are the 21 mils for the actual subframe. So again, they're gonna go right there and right there. So again, I'm gonna put some anti-seize on those as well, and then that way everything's kind of in the area it's supposed to be. And then once that's on, then I can finally cut the ropes and get my board out of there. And then yeah, the steering rack should be sitting on the subframe again. So I think it's gonna be a little bit easier if I just kind of loose fit the subframe. And there's such a pain in the ass with the sway bar on, but I guess it saves me in the long run. But anyways, so the longer bolts from the subframe, they're the ones that go on the front. So right in here, there you go, those ones. And then obviously the shorter ones with the big ass washers, they go towards the back. So yeah, I'm gonna try to get that going. I think it'd just be a lot easier, at least if it's like lightly suspended, then should be able to move the subframe around, or the steering rack, a lot easier. Whew, okay, there we go. Please don't fall, it should be good. So I have them just threaded in just a bit with some anti-seize on them. So at least now It's kind of sitting on its own legs. I think what I'm gonna do too, I'm just gonna put the back ones in with the bushings. That way they're ready to go, and then that way it's still loose enough that I can kind of like move it around, and then I'll just have to fiddle around with the actual steering rack. So that should hopefully go as planned. But man, guys, look how nice that looks underneath there. Looks so good. The one in the middle there, the what's called the subframe, or not the subframe, but the little cross member there for the exhaust, that's ugly too. I might have to do that eventually, but I gotta start putting my money in more important places. So just putting on the last 34 Motorsport bushing. I already have the top one, and the top one actually kind of like plots in there, and you kind of hear like snap in. These ones, they don't really stay, so I assume that they're obviously depending on the bolt to do the work. But yeah, I like these, man. They're pretty sick. I don't think you have to put any like grease or anything on them, as far as I've been told by some mechanics in the area. They say you can just toss them in there. But yeah, they look awesome, man, especially with the red subframe. Oops, sorry guys. There you go. So with the red subframe, and then you can kind of see here's the other one, and then this baby just goes right in there, and then at least that's the subframe kind of attached. It's not torqued or anything and not fully done, but at least it's up. All right, sick. So you guys can see at least it's suspended now. Got the 21 mil bolts, brand new. Yeah, if Das Parts gave me well, I shouldn't say gave me a really good deal. They always have the best deals. Just make sure that the O2 sensor stuff's good there. But yeah, guys, if you're gonna change this, like, just get brand new bolts. It's just so much nicer. You don't have to deal with old anti-seize in there and gunk and a bunch of crap. You just got nice brand new stuff. Just makes it look so much easier, or so much better, and a lot more easier to work on. But yeah, so what I'm gonna do, grab my 13 mil, the 13 millimeter. Where are you? Somewhere over there. Gotta grab that, and then see right here. Oh, there you go. So the 4 holes, that is for the steering rack, so you can see it. I'm gonna just maneuver around with the rope there, and again, it has those little grooves, so it should slide into place, and then away you go. So coming along here, got one here, one down there. Do a little cross pattern. Just double checked the old bolts. There's no washers that go on here, so these are just the straight bolts that go in. And again, guys, just kind of loose fitting everything. Make sure you torque everything at the end when you tie everything in, control arms, the whole 9 yards. Yeah, make sure you do all that when you're done. I'm gonna say it like 1,800 times during this video, as if I don't annoy you guys enough with a bunch of so's and nice dude stuff. So I'm gonna be saying that a lot. Make sure you torque everything. So just tightening up steering rack bolts. And again, I'll try to provide you guys some of the torque specs, but I'm doing it for the first time here too, and I'm just kind of going on based on what I see online. Don't be an idiot like me and over torque stuff, as you guys know, with my oil pressure sensor up there. So I'll try to provide any specs that I can. Take a look online, and then I know for a fact that when I'm done all this car's going right to Das Parts to get a full checkup on it, just to make sure everything's good. That's the last thing I want to do, is be on a track and everything comes loose. Okay guys, so now the steering rack is like fully secured to the subframe, and the subframe is still loose fit for now, just to kind of help when I put the control arms on. But yeah, that's finally done. So I'm gonna go up top, take off the rope, my little board there, which is nice. I can finally close my hood. I was getting a little worried that the hood was gonna fly up with some bad weather that we were gonna have, but that didn't happen, thank God. So yeah, take the rope off, and then that's all good to go here. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the dog bone back on. So I have that in the garage. I have to run to the garage and go grab it, and then that should take care of at least the subframe and the steering rack back together with a loose fit for the most part. And then we can start putting on I don't know, actually. I think I'll put on the control arms, maybe. I think the control arms will go on next, and then we can work on putting the coilovers on, which I'm super excited to show you guys. Our little custom, I shouldn't say custom setup, but yeah, I'm pretty cool, or pretty happy to show you guys that. But yeah, let me go get the dog bone going on and get that all tightened up, and then we can move on. So just getting the dog bone all set in there. Pretty basic again. Actually, DAS parts, when they sorry, just gotta take the sunglasses off. When they put this in for me, they actually kind of marked their torque areas, or I guess I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, they have like little yellow lines on the bolts and little yellow lines on the actual bracket. So at least I kind of know where their torque is. But again, I gotta look online, make sure you torque everything. That way everything is all nice and tight. I mean, if you're not like full-blown mechanic material, whatever, I would definitely take it to a shop after that, just to make sure that you have everything nice and tight. Okay guys, so now that's all nice and tight in there. Dog bone's back on, and yeah, steering rack's in. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to move over to the control arms, just because this is still nice and loose, so I have a little bit of leeway, and plus I don't have the tie rods attached to the spindle yet, so I should be able to get the control arms in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the control arms and we're going to grab the end links. But for the end links, we're using these guys right here. Doesn't this look like some sort of like fishing lure bag that you would get? Not to chirp white line at all, but like it looks like something you would get like fishing lures in. But yeah, anyways, we got white line. These are adjustable end links for the front sway bar. So again, from DAS Parts, anti-roll link kit, sorry. You guys can see the part number on there. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. I didn't upgrade the front sway bar, so we'll see how it handles, but the adjustability should help, and with the fresh bushings, it should be okay. We are going to be adding a rear sway bar when we do the rear. So see how that goes. And then yeah, with the coilovers, we have some custom springs going in as well, which I will show you hopefully today. I'll try to make sure that the video doesn't go too long, but yeah, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, let's move on to the control arms. We'll get yeah, let's get that done right now. All right, so me, the donkey that I am, I had these brand new control arms just sitting out in the sun, so they are stifling hot right now. And the sun's beating down them, so I'm gonna kind of just wait on that. But yeah, just doing some research. So for some of the torque specs as we're going along here, again, I'm gonna try to write everything down in the description if I remember. But pretty much these two little guys, the 13 mils for the dog bone, is we're looking at a 15 foot-pounds, so not too much. And then I believe these two right here are 30 foot-pounds for both of them. So 30 foot-pounds. I'm not sure, I have to take a look too as well, but there might be like one of those rules where you do it 30 foot-pounds and then do like a 90 degree just to make sure. But again, guys, like me, because I don't drive this car often, like as soon as I have it on the ground, I'll probably take it for a spin around the block maybe in the next week or so, and I'll probably bring it back, put on jacks, retighten everything, then bring it to DAS Parts to check it officially, right? But yeah, and as far as the subframe ones, I think, so these two right here, so where are you? Where'd you go? Okay, that one right there, and the other one on the other side, I'm pretty sure that they are 74. Yeah, it says here 74 foot-pounds is what they have to be, plus 90 degrees. And then the power steering rack ones right here, the four little guys, 15 foot-pounds as well. So again, guys, I'll write down as much as I can. U-Haul guy likes to hammer it. Yeah, I'll write those down, and then as far as the control arms go, I'll take a look at what I can find for them. But yeah, that's the torque specs so far, if that kind of gives you guys some help there. Okay, so we have the brand new control arm. These are just stock MK4 GTI control arms. So, oh no, actually these are the R32 ones. Yeah, they have the better bushings, I was told. So these are the R32 ones, which is pretty sweet. Eventually, if I go Audi TT spindles, that will help with giving me a little bit more camber on the track. Yeah, so brand new control arm, guys. Pretty basic again. Went out DAS Parts, got some brand new hardware here as well. The only thing that was a bit of a bummer is that we weren't able to get any brand new nuts. So instead of throwing all this crap out, Always keep the stuff until you're for sure certain that you're not going to have to use it. So yeah, kept some of the nuts here. Hopefully everything works out. But again, guys, so with the subframe, sorry, let's see if you guys can see that. There we go. So with the subframe kind of loose, I should be able to at least wiggle this thing in there. And again, with the tie rod loose as well, I have like so much room here to get this all done. But yeah, so we're gonna put these in, and then they're the 18 mils. You're gonna want to do what do we have here? I remember there's like a nut, so a nut goes on top. A nut will go on top of there, 18 millimeter, and then obviously the one bolt through the bottom, and then you have your one bolt that goes through here, and then on the front, right there, that's where your end links are gonna go. So I'll show you guys as we go along here. And again, man, look how good this looks. Oh my God, so much better. That's an ugly ass spindle, but yeah, looks great. Yeah, guys, no doubt for sure. So the smaller one goes at the back, longer one goes at the front, 18 mil. So we have them in there right now, just nice and they're tightish, but not crazy tight. And man, you could feel the difference already with the brand new control arm, like just how firm everything is with the bushings and stuff. So that's gonna make a huge difference when we're on the track for sure. So now I'm just gonna work on getting the end links on, and then we can work on getting our spindle on as well. All right, so now we got the ball joint. You can see the ball joint. So this came with the brand new control arm, which is awesome. But yeah, everything, I'm gonna recheck those 13 mils down there. Now they came from the factory or wherever they were built. That already on there, but I just want to make sure. And you can see we have the nut ready to go. And then yeah, it's got hit that little Allen B, oh my gosh, that Allen key kind of hole or slot there to tighten everything up. Again, guys, this is where you want to go with brand new stuff, because if you're gonna go back with your rusty crap, it's just so hard to tighten everything back up, especially after you stripped it trying to loosen it and everything. So all right, so now we got, guys can see we have our outer tie rod is in there. So you're gonna have to go and just grab, I think it's a 6 millimeter or a 5 millimeter Allen key, just to kind of keep the socket from spinning when you're putting the nut on. And the same goes with the, what's called down here, the ball joint. So that's all situated. Make sure you guys check these 13 mil bolts that are in there as well. And yeah, so we have a major dry fit going on here. Again, guys, I'm going to tell you, make sure when you're done everything, you tighten everything up. Every single thing that you put in there, make sure you tighten it up. So yeah, that's in there. The shaft's all good to go. So what we're going to do now, I'm just going to loosely put on the brand new white line end links. And then this side, the passenger side, will be done for now. I'm going to go over to the driver's side, put all the control arm stuff there. And then, yeah, then we have a majority of our suspension rebuilt and almost ready to go. So brand new, guys. There we go. Fully adjustable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab one of the old end links that came off, the OEM ones, and I'm going to measure them out just so that they're roughly the same length. Tighten everything up. That's kind of what it says in the instructions there, so don't think I'm that much of a genius. I know. But yeah, man, these things look awesome. And then hopefully, yeah, once everything's said and done, like stuff like this, I can bring to Adrena Garage, of course, and they'll get me all hooked up for the track. And this thing should have an awesome little stance to it for sure. But yeah, pretty basic here, guys. You're gonna have this part right here is gonna thread into the control arm, so you can see that. Make sure you guys remove the red cover, and then this one up here is gonna go up top, just like that, or just like that. I have to take a look, but very basic install for sure. So yeah, I'll go grab the OEM one and go from there. Okay, guys, once again, that's how it goes. So you can see the threads on that side, and then I'm gonna have to grab the OEM bolt for this, and that's gonna go back into the control arm. Again, like I said, I know I'm pretty smart, but please don't fly away. But yeah, make sure you guys just test fit everything before you do it. And then in the bag, there's like washers and stuff too as well. So actually, you know what? There's actually right here. There's actually nuts and bolts right there for all that whole setup. So yeah, I'll get everything out here. Looks pretty cool for sure. Definitely going to be a big improvement. but at least we kind of have an idea how it goes. So I just took a bit of a break there for a bit. But as you can see, we got the end link on. Control arms are all in. Yeah, we're almost done here. Just gotta tighten up the ball joint just a wee bit here, and then we're gonna move over to the driver's side. Okay guys, so just moving over the driver's side here. I still got a new ABS sensor from Das Parts, which is nice too. Just make sure I do that before I tie everything else up here. But I thought that was thunder for a second. That was a plane. Anyways, again, so with the control arm, brand new one, same thing as the other side. You're gonna want to put it in, and then we're gonna be putting our brand new hardware in. So I'm gonna try to get this in here with the camera. It's a huge pain to do that, but pretty basic. Yeah, no, I gotta put the camera down, guys. Just give me a sec. Again, guys, smaller one of the two bolts goes at the back here. So just gonna filter it up. Oh, geez, so hard. But here, I'll see if I can do it actually with the camera. There we go, finally got it. My camera is just a mess right now with anti-seize everywhere, but okay, so that one's in there. So I'm gonna grab 18mm nut again, kind of thread it on, and then that way I'll be able to lift up the axle shaft here and then throw in our longer bolt after we put some anti-seize on that. There we go. Again, guys, don't forget, tighten everything when you're done. Make sure you go online and look for all your torque specs. This is so hard with one hand. Oh boy, okay, well at least this is all kind of mounted. Finally, now I just have to do the end links and the ball joint. So when you guys put the ball joint on, just make sure, it's kind of hard, you can't put the ball joint all the way through or else it's going to hit the axle. So you want to get in just a wee bit there, and then you can start threading it on. But oh man, if you guys have a friend to help you out, it's such a nightmare trying to do this with by yourself, trying to hold everything and everything flopping all over the place. But I'm just so happy that yeah, we're getting there as far as the main suspension stuff. Okay guys, so we're getting close here. Again, so now I'm just gonna do the end link, try to adjust it the best I can, and then yeah, so I got myself, this is a 5mm Allen key and 17mm, just because the bolts or the nuts that White Line supplied here, 17mm, and then very basic. Same thing with taking everything else off on your OEM suspension. This little guy goes back in here. See how it stays there? And then you're just gonna hold that and then use your wrench like so to tighten everything up. It's a long way, so take your time with it. And then yeah, we finally got everything mounted, but man, look at that, eh? Oh baby, okay, that is done. End link is on. I'm just gonna have to adjust it just a wee bit. Now, just gotta do the ball joint, which is right there. 3/4 wrench or 19mm, and same thing. Just gonna tighten it all up. Obviously not like that, but yeah, we're finally there. And again, guys, make sure you tighten everything. Just after I do this ball joint, I'm gonna go underneath with my torque wrench, and we're going to torque everything that we just put in just to make sure, and I will do my quick research again to make sure I provide the proper torque specs to the best that I can. So we're finally done putting all the heavy stuff, at least finally on there. Oh my gosh, guys, it's been a long day, but it's been a fun day. Like, everything looks so good. So I just gotta go and torque everything now. Probably gonna start from the center out. But again, 13 mils here for the dog bone, and your 13 mils for your steering rack. They're 15 foot-pounds of torque. And then for the steering rack ones, you're gonna wanna go another 90 degrees after that's done. These guys right here are 30 to 40 foot-pounds. So those guys right there, and then an extra 90 degrees. as far as your what's it called, subframe. So your subframe bolts here, this guy, the one at the back, and then where are you? Oh, there you are. Those are 74 foot-pounds and then plus 90. So make sure you guys mark them up. And then for your control arms, you're going to want to do roughly 52 to 55 foot-pounds for this guy right here, and then this guy right there that has the 18mm bolt on top. So these little ones right here too, I'm just going to double check, but they should be 20 foot-pounds, I think it is. And then I'm going to have to look up the stabilizer links to see what those guys are. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and start torquing these down slowly but surely, and then that will take care of all the heavy stuff for at least today, or at least for this video. I'll probably end it and then start doing the coilovers on another video. Yes sir, guys, there we go. So got everything all torqued up. I did my best to try to get the camera underneath there to show me doing it, but it's so hard to get it done. But again, very basic job, guys. You just have to really take your time, have a general understanding of what you're doing, and again, make sure you torque everything even after you go for a drive like 100 kilometers. Make sure you guys torque everything again, just to be safe. If you feel uncomfortable, you can always bring it to a shop, which is what I'm probably going to do. But look at that, guys. Looks so much better. Everything nice and tight. I can't wait to get it all aligned. But yeah, again, really big shout out to Rice Rocket Powder Coating for really taking their time to do a good job on the subframe, the sway bar, as well as the brake carriers. And yeah, again, Das Parts for providing all the parts as always. So yeah, I'm just gonna end the video now on this one. I'm gonna go charge the camera, and then I'm gonna start putting in the coilovers for the front. So just stay tuned for that, guys. If you guys can't watch it today or whatever, another day, thanks again for watching this video. I really hope that this whole front suspension stuff has kind of helped you out. But yeah, it's a good learning experience for sure. In the meantime, guys, you guys can subscribe, comment if you'd like to. Again, reach us at MaxTac Motorsports on Instagram, and then you can DM me for any questions that you guys have. But for now, whew, she's coming together, guys. I cannot wait. I can't believe we actually did this. Oh my lord, look at all the wood we got going on. But yeah, all right, guys, take care.